Okay, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It looks like we do. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully you can hear me okay. It's going to be a little bit echoey, but we are doing a special edition of Dreamers University. Today we're going to be talking about losers never win because winning feels like losing. Losers never win because winning feels like losing. So if you can make it, if you can tune in, amazing. This is a topic that everyone needs to hear, top of the mind, perfect for what's going on in the crypto market, perfect what's going on for life and for dreams. So appreciate you guys if you pulled up. I saw Ben's in the building, dropped a comment. Shout out to Ben. I'm looking for you guys' live comments here as well. As you can see, I'm in a hotel bathroom in Germany because we're chasing the dream, right? That's pretty exciting. I feel like kind of we're exemplifying what it's all about. So, hey, can't complain about that. Yeah, come on, Cat Collector. You got to love it, bro. It's too bad you're not in Germany. So, yeah, there's actually a Christmas market right outside. Like, I wish the service was better. I would just walk down and show you guys one of the best Christmas markets in the world is outside my hotel. So, hey, we're dreaming in real time. We're going to chop this up for maybe an hour or less. There will be a quote of the day from a real book. You can win 30,000 dreams today in 3 separate ways. Be the MVP. We want to see you in the comments. Comment the keyword somewhere in this chat. I'm going to throw out a magic keyword. It's your job to comment it. And third, people who comment in the first 20 minutes are automatically entered to win 10,000 dreams. So right now, Gatio Feliz, I see you. And Cat Collector, I see you. And Cat Collector, I saw a few comments from you that I didn't get to see yet in the chat. So feel free to ask them here later, or I will get to them. Now, I'm not here to waste your guys' time. Just because I'm not wearing the patent suit and I'm in a bathroom with poor audio doesn't mean we're not going to drop alpha. Let's talk about this. Again, one more time, losers never win because winning feels like losing. Can you relate? Have you tried to chase the dream before? Have you been beat up by setbacks, by hardships, by perceived losses? Let's talk about crypto for a second. We're in the Web3 crypto space, right? You may get rugged a couple times. You may get hacked. You may invest in something you believe in and it goes to zero. Are you willing to pay that success tax? Are you willing to stay in the game to see the win even arrive? I'm willing to bet each of you have had that happen to you at some point in time. How do I know? Because I've been hacked and I'm safe and smart. I've been rugged a couple of times, but here's the thing. What's hitting me in a number of different ways is those things that you see as losses, like, oh man, forget it, crypto's just not for me. Like I tried crypto, I got rugged, I never made it. You never made it so far, dreamer. So far, because quitters never win and winners never quit. It's all hand in hand. You have to see it through because these losses, the hack, the rugs, the zeros, this is like the success tax. If you follow us in the dreamer community, we talk about something called dues paid. And so if you do a workout for the day, or if you're grinding and you, read a few pages of your book, you do your morning goals, you say dues paid, meaning you paid your dues. Paying your dues is what makes every result in your life. The success tax, whether you do the right things or the wrong things, you're still paying your dues. If you said, ate 2 gallons of ice cream, watched 3 movies, stayed up all night on social media, you can still drop it and say dues paid. You absolutely did pay your dues, but you paid them for the wrong outcome. So these losses, the losing that you're perceiving is part of the success tax. You must embark on this journey, experience some of these losses to get to the wins. But the problem is that most people quit because what is the success tax? What is the work that they have to put in, the losses that they have to face feels like losing. I've heard it from a lot of people I've talked to. Oh, I used to do a podcast and why'd you stop? It didn't go anywhere. I used to do this. I used to do that. Everyone quits. Winners never quit. Dreamers never quit. Now, let me expand why. And it goes for crypto and it also goes for the dream. What's up, Drusilla? Seems the signal is a bit cracking. Okay. audio quality is bad, the video is great. All right, let me know if this helps. We may go full selfie mode because I had the mic resting up against the sink. So please let me know in the comments if it's worthwhile to listen to from here. I actually came prepared. I had my mic. StreamYard doesn't let me connect the mic. So hopefully the audio is better now. If someone's still here, please let me know how that is. Okay, but I'll continue upwards and onwards anyway. So in this space, losers never win because winning feels like losing. Most people give up too soon. And remember, the thing about this whole losing stuff and paying your dues is that ultimately it only takes one, just one to win. And that's what you have to remember. It doesn't matter if you get rugged 100 times. If you stay in the game, the one is potentially enough to go the distance, enough to make up for all the losing. And then once you experience that one, no one's going to say, oh man, that's Cat Collector Ben, 40-time failure, one-time winner. They're going to say, no, that's Ben, the millionaire. He made $1 million in crypto. That's the difference. I don't know if you guys follow baseball at all. I'm not huge on baseball, but Babe Ruth, who is the greatest baseball player of all time, has had more strikeouts than home runs, but in a significant way. So this is what it was. He is the all-time home run leader. He's also the all-time strikeout leader. So the message in that is you have to swing to hit the ball, right? You have to play to win. So hopefully that's making sense to you. And the thing that inspired this, I wanted to talk to crypto like I just did, but the thing that inspired this message was my own life, the stuff that I'm just living out right now, right? And hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not sure if I got better or not, but like I said, I'm going on this dream trip, and it had to happen fast. And sometimes along the way, even in the winning, took some losses. I was supposed to check in on my phone. I bought a plane ticket. Needed to check in on my phone. Simple thing. I just had to push a button and check in. I didn't do it in time. They said, you have an hour and 30 minutes for your flight. You didn't do it before 2 hours. That's a €55 fee. I said, what? $55 just for pushing the button? I had to get on a train. I didn't want to be late. I probably was gonna miss the train, and ended up paying for double tickets. There's just some little losses along the way. But then I want to back it up even more, because I'm looking at this now, and I've talked to my mom, I've talked to my sister. I met a girl, not like a girlfriend. I met a nice girl in Germany today at one of the markets. We were talking. I said, yeah, this trip has been a dream trip for 3 years. Because oh, wow, you're so lucky. I'm excited for you. I said, this has been a dream trip for 3 years. Now think about this. For 3 years' time, I'm doing things, I'm losing, and maybe it looks like nothing's happening, right? I'm going about my business. I have these dreams, but nothing's showing up. I hope you can relate. You've been putting in the work. Maybe you're a dreamer here in Dreamcat. You're smashing raids. You're holding your bag. It's not mooning. It's not pumping. When pump, when moon, nothing's happening. Maybe that's you. And you're like, man, maybe I should just, people always say it on X, cut your losses and move on to the next thing. Maybe I should just go to stocks. Maybe I should go to precious metals. Maybe you should. Maybe you're not meant to win the game. But we're here in the Web3 space because we see the potential. Now, the eureka that I had that inspired this thought is that even though I've been taking positive actions, some of the last 3 years has felt like losing, or I have lost. I got hacked. This large sum of money, I could have just used that to chase my dreams. I got hacked. It all got taken. That's losing. I could have just, give up. I'm never going on this trip. I'm never going to make it in crypto. But you stay on the horse, and you inevitably get to the chance where you win. And that's what I'm doing. I don't mean to brag, but it's cool. It's relevant because I'm living out in this moment on this live. One of my biggest dreams, which is to see the greatest theme parks, the greatest libraries, and the greatest Christmas markets in the entire world. So I'm traveling, not the world, but Europe now. And that was a dream. That was a huge, unrealistic dream. And I want to tell you something else about dreams, because this is relevant as well. I'm realizing this so deeply. when you're a dreamer, it all starts with the dream. Point blank period. You have the dream. Understand this. You don't know the path. There's no reason for people to believe in you. You don't know how it's going to happen. So if that's your starting point, I can see how it's easy for people to throw in the towel right from the jump. If your big dream is, oh, I want to build a rocket company. You're like, rocket company? I work as a salesman in a store. How can I build a rocket? How can I build a rocket company? I don't know anything about that. That's crazy. It doesn't matter. It's your dream. If you put limitations on what's possible for you, what you know how to do, what's realistic based on where you live, how much money you have, that's not dreaming. The magic of dreaming is that it is limitless. It is free and unlimited, like limitless, unlimited. The only limits that you put on your dreams are self-induced. So if you decide, I want to be wealthy someday, and you say, I don't want $20 million because I don't want to be some rich a-hole or that's unrealistic, but I just want $1 million. $1 million would make me happy. If that's what you put out in the world, that's what you get. I'm actually going to skip ahead because it flows right in. The quote of the day. Okay, we do a quote of the day each time. We may make it a Dreamcat quote of the day. We got some other things coming out on how we can level up this podcast. We're on a winning streak, okay? We're on a winning streak. After this, 2 things to work on for a dream, and then after that, in on the dream for a year. So we are going to, all the pressure's on. Do or die. Make or break. Achieve or lose. Okay, so here's the quote of the day from the book, The Secret. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. W. Clement Stone. And this guy was born in 1902. Still relevant today. Died before some of you were even born. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. Now, here's the difference. Here's the problem. You hear this, and you don't treat it as the truth. You hear this and say, yeah, that's a good one. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. Cool. But once you actually choose to accept this as reality, as fact, and you believe it for your life and for your dream, that's part of what makes it real. That's like, you literally have to believe in it 100%. And I can tell you that the more you commit to your dream, the more you continuously read, listen to this dream talk. My hope from these is, obviously we want to put Dreamcat out there. Obviously we want to help people, chase their dreams, achieve their dreams. And I'll get to these comments in a second. But we want to achieve our dreams. We want to move closer to our dreams. We want to get in the state of being able to achieve. And the way that's possible is from the belief, the repetition, the brainwashing. I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but if I'm living a dream right now, I can tell you when I dreamed up this dream, it was the first day I dreamed up this dream right here, traveling to all these countries. I put it as a 10 to 15 year goal, 10 to 15 years. And I said, oh man, yeah, that's far off, blah, 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 blah. And then because I was focused, because I was obsessed, because I put my attention into it, basically things just started moving. Like the deadlines got moved up, the dreams got bigger, it got more aggressive. And this has happened with all of the dreams that I dream. I originally had a goal. I said, I want to make X amount of dollars for no reason. Then I said, I want to make X amount of dollars because I need it to make my dream come true. In the last 6 months, I raised that number by 250%. So I had a dream, outrageous dream that was so big, so huge, it already seemed impossible. In the last 6 months, I raised that bar 250%. So we'll just say from 1 million to 2.5 million, just so you understand. And then yesterday, I had an organic thought while I was reading this book, The Secret. We're gonna cover The Secret on Saturday, by the way. This is one of the most powerful books. You can tap into this conversation for free, Saturday at 9 p.m. I was reading this book that I've already read before, and an organic idea came into my mind, and I wrote down a new number. And that new number was to say, instead of 1 million, which was the original, or 2.5 million was in the last 6 months, it's 10 million. And that's just an example. What's up, Crypto Williams? That's just an example. So just to show you playing my own game, not having it all figured out, but playing my own game, putting these things in my mind and just nurturing. The thoughts and the dreams are like seeds in the farm. If you leave them alone, weeds are going to grow. And if you don't we got a gardener in the building too. If you don't pluck out the weeds, then the seeds are never going to grow because the weeds are going to steal from your dream, from your ideal reality. This is going to happen to you. Yes? So you have to foster this environment and see to it that you fill the mind, continue on the vision, visualize, believe, affirm, all the things that we talk about, all the things that we cover, the magic ingredients, manifestation, law of attraction, belief, emotions, all those good things. So hopefully that's a good little starter there. I need a sip of water. We'll shout out a few comments here. And we're at the first 20 minutes. So let me take note of who has pulled up. We'll let Libre and Williams slide in there. For this first giveaway, we got Libre, Williams, got Tito, Ben 10, and Drusella, and okay, that's what I got. So quick water. I got bougie water today. Bang! In a glass. Ben, do you know this water? Naturel. Naturalisch mineral water. I got to rant for a second too, for fun. Not vodka water. So if you're just tuning in, I'm in the bathroom of my hotel because it has the best lighting. And I'm in Germany. And I'm definitely chasing dreams in real time. Just give you a quick overview since this is the Dream Talk podcast. We like to talk about dreams. In the last, gosh, I don't know, a few days. It's only been like 3 or 4 days, but flew to London. What happened? Got there. Actually, dude, it's all a blur. But this has been like the longest 3 days of my life. After I get off this call, I'm taking a train tomorrow at 5:39 in the morning, 5:39 a.m. It's 12:30 at night here right now, by the way. So 5:30 in the morning, like 4 hours from now, I'm taking a 3-hour train to my next destination, which is Europa Park, the best theme park in Europe. I'm spending all day there. I've just been on the move, man. Leaving at night, leaving in the mornings, barely sleeping. Not jet lagged though. Healthy, well, doing good. So, but I just want to say, like, damn, yeah, chilling in the bathroom, making this happen, and still excited to be here. Thrive on your guys' comments. Excited to chase the dream. Something else I want to mention. It was another top of mind thought. I can't remember. I'm going to read some of these comments here. Let's go through the comments. We got. Let's see if we can pull this up, and hopefully pull it back down too. Cat Collector says, the genie finds his dream girlfriend in Germany, falls in love, and staying, and goes to Europa Park. Yeah, you wrote that before I said I was going to Europa Park, actually. So, hey, it's always possible. I talked to, let me take my experience with Germany, because we're kind of like, consider this a space. This is a dream talk, but we're vibing here. So Germany has been hard, bro. London was easy. I figured out the trains. The trains for Germany are so hard. I got super lost. And this is part of even the double down on the thought that losers never win because winning feels like losing, or we could just say the cost of winning is losing. I missed trains. I went on the wrong train, like all the things I mentioned. And I was like tripping about it for a minute, like, oh man, what the heck? I was like, you know what? I'm lost in Germany. Like, I looked up at the sky and I was like, I'm in another country. Like, I'll find my way. It's fine. I went to a market that wasn't even there. You'll find your way. So I met this girl today casually. I had a bratwurst. I was at a Christmas market. I'm going to post. I've posted 2 posts courtesy of Amos. Big shout out to Amos. He's going to make. I'm sending him the pictures I've taken in real life, and he's going to dream catify them. And what I'm going to do when he takes these posts is I'm going to post clips that I'm not in underneath the post of Dreamcat, so I can lay out. These are some dream things. I mean, these are some incredible things I've already
seen like incredible markets. So I want to put this out there for the dream because we're dreamers and we chase dreams. I think that's appropriate. But yeah, I was having a good old bratwurst today at the Christmas market, and this girl said, "Hey, can I join you here?" I said, "Sure." So the first like conversation I had was chatting up with her. She was nice, she was cool, and I think she was just being friendly. I thought maybe she was trying to flirt with me, but I think she was just being friendly, and we had a good conversation. And yeah, it was kind of nice. And then I met another guy, and the first thing he said to me is, "Trump is an idiot." He said, "Oh, American? Trump is an idiot." I was like, all right. But otherwise, yeah, people have been nice. Germany's cool. A lot of people ride bicycles. A lot of people smoke cigarettes. A lot of people walk. There's very few cars. People are very natural. Women here they have like a pimple or like whatever. They may just go like they're more carefree. I think they're not as caught up in looks, or it's just like you don't even see that. It's just like everyone's sort of natural walking around. So yeah, my simple observations of Germany. If you want to know Germany, Drusilla says that's part of the dream. Yeah, if you're talking about a dream girl, I'm gonna make a daring post. I think I'm gonna make an Instagram story. There's a girl who I've matched with on Hinge, and this makes Libre mad. But I've matched with this girl. We've been following each other for a couple of days, liking each other's stuff. I think I'm just gonna make a story and I'm gonna shout her out. And if she sees it, she can reply, and we'll count that as the DM slide. So I am actively, not to make this all about my story, but I am actively trying to pursue that dream too. The goal is to make all the dreams come true. And I would encourage you guys to do the same. Like, if I land the girl in the next 6 months, I mean, I don't know. It's just got to be level up. That just means the dream cat dream is going to come true. So you look back, and there's a lot of things that have been said, and a lot of those things have actually come to pass. So that's a good sign when you do the things that you dream up. So anyway, what else we got? Crypto Williams in the building. Alpha Man, good to see you here. Libre pulling up. Let's go, Libre. Seltzer's water is quite nice. How are you liking sparkling water? Because most Americans I know don't like it. I didn't do any sparkling water. I know it's common, but I didn't do it. I haven't done any exotic food choices really. I've kept it mostly pretty like Five Guys a couple times. I don't like to mess with food. I just accept I'm not a foodie mostly. And I'm just here for the sights and the dream girls and all that. But yeah, I've had sparkling water before. Chasing the dream never stops. Now, Crypto Williams, I'm gonna challenge you, brother, because I see a lot of people in the chat say good quotes, but if you even say this is positive. Chasing the dream never stops. I mean, you achieve the dream and you're the next dream, but make sure with what you say that it's real, right? It's easy to say these cliches. Never give up on your dream. Chasing my dream every day. Pursue the dream. Look, life's real. Time is real. Urgency and action is real. We talked a few weeks ago about the power of urgency. We said urgency and deadlines make dreams come true. And that's something that we really need to apply to DreamCat. I really need to apply to DreamCat because I don't have the hard cut urgency that some other people do. Because I'm like, hey, this is lifelong. Like everything. Let me give you some bullish alpha. Because you're here. Most people probably won't re-listen to this one. We got the audio choppy in the first 20 minutes. This is the perfect storm, and this is the power of showing up, especially if you want to make your dream come true. Not financial advice. You showed up. No one's going to listen to the replay because the 20 minutes are choppy. It's a random screen. Here's the alpha. DreamCat, quick show. DreamCat was built for a purpose, right? It's not just a meme coin. It's not just go to the moon. It's not just make money. Cool. Yes, good, necessity, but whatever. This trip is not to have fun, not to explore the world. And that's the crazy thing. You would think, I'm going to tell you something else too. We're just going to talk about dreams here. Gosh, is this off brand? We're just going to talk about dreams. Okay, this trip is not for those things. It's not fun, pleasure, enjoyment, see the world, see it, Instagram photos. It's not for any of that. It's for intentioned purpose. Inspiration, necessary exposure. I must see these things. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. If you want to create the best, you have to see the best. I have to do these things. In order to achieve my life's big dream, this was a major step on it. And I literally wrote, this will probably be one of the greatest, like probably one of the best adventures, because this is easy. I can complain about, oh, stay up late. Like, dude, can't complain about anything. Living the dream in some way, going more places in 3 days than some people ever get to go. But that's all for a purpose, and that's all for the big dream. And the only reason this happens so fast is because it must happen. That's what makes your dreams powerful. You see, in real time, urgency and deadlines make things happen. This is tailored to Christmas. It sped things up fast. Because things were sped up, I was forced to take massive action. Massive action is the secret to our dream here at DreamCat. When we take massive action as a community, I'll tell you who's taking massive action. Libre is taking massive action. And the best part is, my mission that I preach is true. Because Libre, although he's promoting Dream, he wears Dream on his shirt, he's winning for himself. He got monetized on X. He's building his brand. He's building relationships. He's practicing all the habits, becoming a better man, winning. And you notice massive action. I think if you guys aren't keeping up with Libre, I mean, he had like 1 million+ views 3 or 4 days in a row. That's great. Like, you realize KOL Iggy is the reason you should be bullish on Dream. If he's really about that life, man, KOL Iggy, he'll probably launch his own token. Libre coin, all the clout he's got going on. So shout out to Libre. But notice it's the deadline that makes things happen. Took me 3 years to make this happen. Every year it was my main goal. First year, I decided to take my family on their vacation, so sort of kind of failed. I went to a second goal. The next year, DreamCat happened. It was just too busy. I put all my energy in Dream. It just wasn't in the cards. This year, I thought I might miss it again. Made it happen. But if I didn't, I'd have to wait a whole nother year. I've said before, getting to Alpha, that created a 7-year plan for the Dream. Right now, because of this, technically, a tiny bit behind, but technically, we're sort of on track. This trip was supposed to happen last year. DreamCat was supposed to happen this year. They're flip-flopped. There's some pieces in place. So, from the outside, they say, oh, nothing's happening. I want you not just to be a part of this dream community and, oh, let's make the dream pump. This will be so much more worth your time if you commit to become a real-life dreamer. You can make your dreams come true without Dream going to the moon. That's what I want to tell you. I haven't sold and made any money off Dream. I'm still an investor in other things, and I use the principles that they make the magic works. So that is what I want for you. Just that reminder that you can, but the urgency made it happen. The urgency made it happen. Because I'll give you one example. I realized I was going to go on this trip. I started booking some of the stuff with no guarantees. In order to get to Russia, I needed a visa. I didn't know that. I thought I just needed a passport. In order to get a visa, because of COVID, you can't mail it in. Had to go in person to drop it off. In order to drop it off, they said it would take 3 weeks, but I only had 11 days. So I had to buy health insurance for Russia, had to book plane tickets to Russia, book hotels to Russia, pay certain things for Russia, then book a trip to New York City. This happened like 2 days. Like, I'm going to New York tomorrow. Why? Because I have to go to New York City to hand deliver the passport. Then once I get there, I have to convince them and basically say, look, here's the dream. I brought pictures for my visual. I said, this is the dream. The people in Russia were amazing, and they got it done for me in 1 day. Now, I say all this because at least I'm not perfect. I could be greater, far greater. But I am living out the dream principles. And they show proof. What they are is proof that maybe you decide to take a leap and invest in yourself too. And hey, what do we read earlier? Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. You know what? I never really believe in this hokey personal development stuff, manifestation. I believe in God. I believe in this and not this. Maybe I'll just look into this. Maybe manifesting is biblical. Maybe, I will just choose to believe this with something small. Whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. Okay, someone's going to buy me lunch this year. Maybe no one's bought you lunch in 3 years, a stranger. Maybe no strangers bought you lunch in 3 years. And you challenge yourself, say, that I can believe in. Someone is going to buy my lunch this year. Play the game. Play the magic mind games and watch it prove itself true and see what happens. Okay? Let's see what else we got. And Germans are straightforward. I'm dealing with that problem here in New Zealand because they find it quite rude. They're holding back and really, really polite, but more fake. That's interesting. I asked this girl about what she does for work, and she kind of like, she made like a face, and then I looked it up. It's like, oh, it's cliche to talk about work. Germans don't want to talk about work, but she was cool. She was nice, but yes, I realize these things. Germans are like Americans. I love America, by the way. So far, I wouldn't want to move to London or Germany. I do love America still, thus far, but they don't like to like be as expressive, or maybe they kind of stare with more, I don't know, serious faces. Anyway, German stuff. It can be tough. The girl, by the way, that I'm looking at is Polish. Just saying. Enjoy the Germany momentum. Thank you, Crypto Williams. Europa Park is owned by one family. They may have a daughter for you to marry. That's funny. Yeah, I'd like to meet the people. I'd like to meet Roland Mack. He's the founder. So if you guys want to know about theme parks, this is a little dreamy. You guys know we post about Walt Disney a lot. Dreamcat, we said, is kind of like a Mickey Mouse in a way, right? If you look at all the theme parks in the world, most are owned by companies. Maybe it's Hershey, maybe it's Universal Studios, Disney. These are these are 300, 3,000 person companies, way more than that. Tons of people. It's not one person. This park, Europa Park, was just founded by one guy and his father, right? And the founder is still living. There's only maybe 5 or 4 major theme park living founders in the entire world. 4 or 5. So yeah, this guy, Roland Mack. It'd be cool to meet him. You have to eat doner and bratwurst, currywurst, because you don't drink alcohol. Try a no elk glue. I think that's like the fruit wine. I'm gonna try it in Vienna. I didn't try it yet, but fruit wine. They have it at the markets. I had a bratwurst with Friends, I think it was FRENZ, which is mustard, not a currywurst. The mindset is pure dream vibe. Yes, bro. Dang, Drusilla, I'm sorry. You're not able to hear me. Okay, that's my fault. Losing while you're winning, the Wi-Fi doesn't work here. I'm on data. Losing while you're winning. My mic, I have a nice quality mic. It doesn't work with this. Losing while you're winning. So I apologize for that. The best I can do is show up, and hopefully some other people are able to hear me, but it may be a me problem. Again, I'm in the bathroom, but I think it's better to show up, show face, and stay consistent. So thank you at least for being here. I'm definitely going to keep you guys in mind for that. Yeah, I had the bratwurst, currywurst, iffy on curry, the drink. The audio is over. Dream talk. Mr. Thien, yo, touch grass. The audio does sound a little robotic. Dang. Well, at least I'm glad people can still tap into it for a little AI robot today. But dude, good to see you, touch grass. Thanks for showing up to drop a comment. You're a dreamer, man. I know you're doing your thing, and I know you won some dream. But regardless of dream with us or not, you're a dreamer. I can tell you're a dreamer, bro. So it's great to have you here. Bubba Gum with the repost, big love. I think they have a space. Like I said, it's 1 a.m, so I'm probably gonna miss that one. I gotta get up in 4 hours for a train. Cody, big dreamer, Cody, big cowboy dreamer, Cody. 2 handsome dads in the building at the same time. If Cody's there, Bubba's there. We appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you guys, big time. All right, let's see if we can expand on this a little bit. I feel like I kind of hit it, but I'm gonna write down. Let's see what else I wrote down. Is it building? Okay, yeah. Keyword: success tax. This is for one of the giveaways. If you're watching live right now, simply type this in the live chat here: success tax. I will be watching for who has done that, and then we'll also do an MVP giveaway. So right now it's like Drusella, Ben. Oh, here's Iggy too. I hear you a little bit grainy, but can make everything out. Man, you guys are the real dreamers then, because you're willing to to go through through and listen. So, man, I'll try to make it worth it. Give some extra alpha here. So, success tax. I see touch grass is in. Okay. So, I want to rehash what I shared because some people popped in late. Okay, you get the whole thing that losers never win. But we talked about crypto and what it takes to get to the journey, right? You're gonna get rugged. You're gonna wait. Maybe you're waiting. Maybe you're new to crypto. You've been in for a year. Nothing's pumped. Everything's down. Okay, are you gonna cut your losses and say crypto's not for me? This is what losers do. Losers give in early through quitting because they thought that the pursuit of winning, they thought that the pursuit of making their dream come true would feel good. An uncomfortable truth is that it doesn't necessarily feel good when you're even winning. Like you're losing, you're on the pursuit of winning, but even that doesn't feel good. It still feels like stress. It still feels like being behind. It still feels like never being ahead. It still feels like, damn, we're winning, but we're still not winning. So understand, if you heard this and you get a little nugget and you get inspired, I need you to take the final takeaway here. And it's that in order to make your dreams come true, as crazy as it sounds, get accustomed to losing. Because losing is not losing. Losing is paying your dues. You are working through the progress. You are on the pursuit to your dreams. You're failing. Your emails are going unanswered. But that doesn't mean you lost. It just means you need to tweak and you need to fine tune because again, the win, the making your dream come true, the moment, the one meme coin that goes to billions, it only takes one, but it's not just magic. It's the process. The win comes because you're willing to carry the weight of losing. Simple enough, right? Just so you know you're gonna lose. But it's not actually losing. It's just you're paying your dues to get to the win. And I won't rehash the whole story, but that message that I'm speaking today comes from my insight on achieving this dream, my insight on the last 3 years, my mistakes that are even happening here in the pursuit. Oh man, I had to burn some money because I made a mistake here. Well, that's just the cost of getting to the dream. By the way, euros are, did you know that one euro is worth $1.40? So everything here is like 1.5 times price. Like, man, stab in the heart. But guess what? Now or never. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. Now I'm just going to hit you a little freestyle. So I would recommend everyone to travel. I want to just tell you a few thoughts and lessons that I've had. You guys know I love lessons, like thoughts, ideas, lessons of raising my consciousness. These are my hobbies. This is how crazy I am. Learning, this is my hobbies. I've already learned a lot. I want to say a few things. Number one, seeing things online is not comparable to in real life. I saw some of these things. There was a Christmas market that I saw online that I almost skipped. I went to it and I was in awe. My jaw was on the floor. I was in shock. It did so much for me. Probably one of my biggest inspirations so far. Hyde Park in London. Amazing. Learned so much. It hit me. Okay, you can't just see these things. Although it seems cheaper and it seems like a time saver, the real experience, the real lessons, feel, observations, they just hit different in real life. It's just different when you're there. So that's a big one. Other things along this pathway. That was a big one. I was having eureka moments. Well, there's more. Some of them might be like personal stuff. I'll just drop you one personal. I don't care. If anyone out there is faith-based, if someone tells you in today's day and age, this is just ballsy, but I'll be real. In today's day and age, some people say, "Oh, like Jesus, that's all like hype. That's all fake." Let me tell you, I'm in churches. One church that was built 1,000 years ago. It's almost like, wow, I didn't even think history went that far back. We don't even have it. This church originally built 1,000 years ago. There is carvings. There is like stories. There is tethered silk things of Jesus in like the highest degree. Did you know that treasure like actual treasure, real treasure, gold trinkets, gold staffs, swords are actually enshrined with stories of Jesus in his lifetime because it's the highest level of like wealth status. That's crazy to me. They have treasure. I went in today, just a random day. I went in a treasury of a church. If you want to look it up, I'll post a picture later. It's called something cathedral. Giant, huge. I looked at the treasury. I saw these gold trinkets. I saw these embedded with gems and pearls. And they literally had the story of Jesus at the bottom. Very interesting observation that I had. Yeah, there's more, but I don't want to ramble on too much personal stuff. So I think that's the gist. Only 46 minutes. But if you were here for the whole thing, I still think it was dynamic. I still think there was some alpha there for you. Lessons in real time. And yeah, again, I will be here, I don't know, at least till January 1st. But I might mess around and just dream even bigger. I might just do everything. I might just go like, keep going. That's a cool part about Dream. So I'm not sure if it's going to pump Dream to the moon because the timing and things, but what we're going to do is make DreamCat post. He's going to live it. I'm going to post some of that stuff on my real page. But again, what I'm doing, it's not about going viral on Instagram today. It's not about pumping the Dream chart. What's about is this is a real valid step if you're a DreamCat holder. This is a major piece of the DreamCat journey. And the fact that it's happening now is just, I mean, gosh, yeah, we are almost 2 years old, but shit, I think we're doing all right if you zoom out. So that's what I got. Let's do some giveaways. I'll tell you what Libre got it in there. All right, so we got, all right, we're going to flip the toothpaste. Powdered toothpaste, if you didn't know. This is heads. This is tails. Touchgrass is heads. Libre is tails. Heads, tails. Here we go. This is heads. Who did I say is what? Touchgrass is heads. Libre is tails. So it was heads. Touchgrass. 10,000 dreams. Salute. Congrats. Easy win. Add that. I'll send it when I can. Boom. Touchgrass. And then we got MVP. MVP. I'm going to give it to Cat Collector. Cat Collector was here first. Most comments carried this, even if I sound like muffled AI. I love the interjections. When comments come in, it adds to our conversation. Imagine if we were set up on the big screen. Cat Collector is today's MVP. I also saw him comment before everyone else, so salute to him. Giving me awesome, excellent German recommendations. Thank you very much. And people who showed up and commented in the first 20 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no number generator. 1 through 5. How can I pick? I'm going to roll the dice. As soon as this is over, I'm going to go to the Telegram and roll the dice. We have Libre, Crypto Williams, Gatito, Ben, and Drusilla. You're all entered to win, so I'll roll the dice. But other than that, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this side mission. We'll talk. We can briefly talk about the markets. This is why you can never log off, by the way. Sometimes I'll wrap it up and be like, oh, it's over. I'll click off. And then I talk for 30 more minutes and I give away like $100. Okay. So just quick, that's about the gist of everything. We're going to still plan for the stream on Saturday, but it may not be 9 o'clock because 9 o'clock will be 2 in the morning. So it may have to be a little bit earlier than that. But we still plan to do that on Saturday. So let's talk about the market for a minute. Seeing the market, I'm seeing some people saying, I haven't kept up perfectly, but some people say, oh, it feels like a bear now, or 6 months of a bear. Some people have said, I think we're in a bear until Q2 of 2026, and here we still are in 2025. So it's safe to say that some of the sentiment is going bearish a little bit, at least in the short term. We still know all the things that are out there, all the things that are at play, but we noticed that. We noticed that in the market. What we do is we keep showing up. It's not always going to be hype. I think really I've just been doing a lot of other things too, stacking chips. So it's not like the market doesn't affect me in any way. Hopefully it doesn't affect you in your show up, because your show up is what creates the markets, at least on the meme coin scale. So yeah, markets chilling, markets down. We still believe in the narratives. I still believe in the cat coin narrative, but it's important to know not all cats are going to make it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to shout out a few cats right now, just so I can, give them some goodwill that they give me. It's because some people have separated themselves. I still do believe in a cat season. Cats follow those dogs. That narrative has to unwind whenever that time is, and some aren't going to make it though. People I've seen show up and show out and continuing to improve. Low caps, Ninja Cat. They show up like crazy. They're evolving. They're growing. Bubba is deving like a rock star. Tons of connections, tons of motion, tons of movement. Ninja Cat. Another cat that I feel good about is Nabigo Long. Shout out to Doug from Long. Why? Has shown up the same amount, if not more, with rates. So they've been rating nonstop, 24/7. Obviously, I throw Dream Cat in the hat. You can say this is slower, but we continue to show up, and we are evolving. We're growing different things. Like we're going to look at how we can triple our podcast viewership when we get back, right? I may be working on a coach for that. I may actually relaunch the podcast, different name, add Dream Cat indirectly, all these things. Remember, there's 75 of you here today. It's just on the phone. We didn't get to share it out. But you may be seeing this and you may be counting this. Here's the magic about being a believer in anything. Cat season, the dream, is most people are going to make an opinion based on what they see right here, right? Oh, is this selfie video, is this, or even if it looks good, oh, the chart this, the followers this, the retweets this. The chance to be a believer is always your greatest edge, because believing before it's bullish, before it's seen, is how you get ahead. Most people follow the money, and that is why most people actually lose, or they don't win as big, because they had to take a leap of faith. What I can tell you is how we show up today is a certain level. That ends up stacking as maybe a $50,000 meme coin at this point in time, right? We've been 735, we're 50K based on everything we've done. But please remember that all these little podcasts, all this setup, it all goes away when we have one win. That could mean, we change things, we optimize the name of the podcast, we optimize the search results, and now we're getting 100 downloads per episode, and it's none of you guys who are already here in Web3. It's new organic people, and those people come into the Telegram. You have to understand, maybe quiet times that may do these things, but the dream is for real. And so I would throw us in there with Ninja Cat and Long, just because we're continuing to build, to stack with purpose. On some cat-related news, Popcat, the main account, actually got suspended from Twitter this past week, which is, that has to be malicious, because they are the most pure, non-biased cat coin. But that is not scary because they're Popcat, but annoying because they've done nothing wrong. So that's big cat news. But yeah, slow in the markets. But yeah, upwards and onwards. And dreamers, look, I am doing my thing. I am chasing a dream in real time. That makes me a little bit off, maybe not as active. I love it. If you want to step in and be a dreamer, cool. And that's great and that's appreciated. But the magic of what we're doing here is everyone else is in a meme coin. I don't want to take this the wrong way. People are gaining great things. Friendship, maybe learning in Web3, learning how to monetize themselves, humor, a good time, companionship, laughs, money. But the thing that's magical about the dream is we're not talking about, imagine if we're a PooCoin or a Tickcoin. Those people, they may make some friends, that may give them some things to do, but they're talking about poop 24/7. They're talking about boobs 24/7. Cool, great. What do you think's going to be coming to their mind? Nothing. It's just mindless shit, literally, PooCoin. But the greatest thing about being in the dream is when nothing's happening, I don't want you to wait. If you really consider yourself a dreamer, I don't want you to wait for when I do the thing, wait for it pumps. I want you to look yourself in the mirror as I'm in this basic situation. See that? Reflection, mirror. I want you to look yourself in the mirror and challenge yourself and your standard and pursue a standard of excellence, you can become while you wait for the dream. The process of becoming is what makes you a winner. It's like it makes the winning almost find you, because you become the one. When you raise yourself to a certain standard, you're not actually chasing as much anymore, right? You're becoming the magnet. And we've spoken about this. Our direction moving forward is I want to act as a magnet. So maybe I don't put as much time into raids or as in chill and chills. And I can, but I want to be the magnet, because the magnet is what makes the greatest result. And that's what brings dreamers here, and that's what adds to all of us. But you're in a personal journey too. That's my challenge to you. How can you be a magnet for the girl you want, for the husband you want, for the life you want, for the money you want? Well, guess what else? I read this chapter. How many of you have, I know Libre bought the book. I'm not sure if any of you guys own The Secret, but look, here's the game. There's a couple things going here. Number one, we're doing this book club and we're actually doing it for free. When you do things for free, most people don't pay attention anyway. We're not at the most hype stage, but let me say a few things. Number one, if you really wanted, you could get this book for free on PDF. You could print it out. You could follow on PDF. But let me tell you why you haven't. You could also, if you don't even read the book, you could show up to our Dream Talks on Saturday, where I basically review the whole thing and tailor it to Dream and Crypto. But you probably haven't, and I'll tell you why. The thing that's crazy is a couple things. Either one, you don't believe this book or books as a whole. You don't like reading. You don't think reading can help you. You think it's just a random book. You think you don't need it. You say you don't understand. I don't need to read about manifesting. I already know how it works. I already know that. You don't understand. I've already read it before. You don't understand. I just need to get money right now. I don't have time for reading. I'm busy at work. There's a lot of people like that who say, I don't have time for personal development. I don't have time to go to a seminar because I'm too busy at work. And they will always be too busy at the same level. Never too busy. Actually, yeah. The irony is the people who have the least amount of time find the time. So, okay, the reasons you're not listening is because you don't read, you don't have the time. The reasons you're not listening is because maybe you don't believe that this book can serve you. Maybe you don't believe that it relates to your direct success. But I want to tell you something. I've already read this book before. I've been in self-help and personal development for 7 years. When you listen to VC, many times I'm listening too, and I've heard the same things 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. But sometimes it gives me a refresher for the day. Sometimes I hear something for the first time that I haven't heard. I've heard it 7 times, and I'm like, whoa, that was huge. And I just was never listening intently. Or I go through life, and I go through living, and my life has shifted and changed to where now I'm able to receive a new message. Now, again, this book is free. The audios are free, and maybe you say you still haven't read it, but let me tell you, I read on the plane this most recent chapter. The chapter is called The Secret to Money. That's weird. Everyone I talk to says they want to get rich. Everyone I talk to, I think Drusilla says, I dream of letting go of my fears. Maybe is it that you can be abundant and live the life that you dream of, regardless of your situation or where you live. I've heard Crypto Max. I've heard a few people tell me, yeah, but I need money. That's why we made Dreamers University. We've done 16 episodes now about how you can get past just needing money to make your dream come true now, things that you can do. The thoughts that I had, the reinforcements that I had in this last chapter are so huge. We're going to share them for free on Saturday. And the study is worthwhile because, again, we're not talking about poo. We're not talking about shit. We're talking about you leveling up. This is why it's so powerful, becoming great, becoming the greatest version of you. We transition. We grow. Today it is what it is. Today the stream is how it is. Our chat is how it is. But we're only one step away. You got to understand. We do one big magnitude step, one big leap, and everything is history. The past doesn't matter. Everyone shows up because what they see today. Big announcement. Dreamcast. You see it in the news. You see it on TV. Big announcement. 7 years down the line. That's the dream, right? And by the way, I'm keep going. On the topic of dreams, we've said this many, many times, but matter of fact, it was in the last chapter. It talks about how you can't let the how hold you back. They said it's not about how. So you make your big dream, and then the next question you ask yourself is, yeah, but how am I going to do it? I make $10 an hour. My dream is to make $10,000 a day, $10,000 a week, but I make $100 an hour. But yeah, but how? So forget it. Let's just do $500 a week. Don't get caught up on the how. The how is irrelevant. The how does not matter. I didn't know how I was going to go on this trip. I'm here. I didn't know how I was going to go on the Disney Dream. I'm here. I didn't know how to create a meme coin. I didn't know how to create a podcast. I don't know anything about lighting and mics and equipment. I don't know how. I don't know how the hell to get on the German train, the London train. I don't know how to operate trains or buses. But you just do. And doing is the greatest teacher. Move forward without the how. Move forward with the dream. Think about the dream. Fantasize about the dream. Emotionalize. Think of the positive emotions. Visualize the dream as being done. See yourself on the vacation. See yourself going to the bank saying, Guten Tag, donkey. Are you still with us, Ben? What else do I got? Guten Tag, or Guten Tag. I think that's a good day. Donkey is thank you. 9. Anyway, visualize yourself taking that check, going into the bank, Guten Tag, or whatever they say. I'd like to withdraw 12 million euros. Have that conversation go through your head. See yourself receive the money. See whatever. See yourself spend it. See yourself switch it into gold. Play this all out, guys, because the how is irrelevant. And as I have this 7-year deadline, I've gotten thus far. This is the easy part, I guess you could say. Hard, but easy. The hardest parts are ahead. Hardest parts in dream, massive action, discomfort, things that I have no idea how to do. What are the norms? How do I get in? What do I join? Where do I get the roadmap? Where do I get the blueprint? This was the first step that I knew how to do. First I need before I create anything. I must have a valid, inspiring point. If you're going to create something in the world, you can't just live in one state. You have to see it because you don't want to create without a full scope. So today, for example, I'm looking at the urinals in a bathroom in Germany. I'm saying, hey, are those better than the American way? When you take off bottle caps on water bottles, this glass one doesn't do it. Here, when you take off bottle caps, it hangs on. It doesn't come off to help with littering. That's a decent idea. It's not the worst idea to have. So there's some good ideas. Can you build these in? Can you take the great ideas from all the best places in the world, the customs, the things that they do good, the things that you like, and create something great? That's my dream. That's what I want to do. I want to create something. My dream is to create something that doesn't yet exist, because I seek the thing that does not exist. And I am perplexed, or I am puzzled, or I'm in disbelief that something greater does not exist. And the way dreams work is they say, well, if it hasn't been done, then just be the one. You can be the one who dreams up things, who has imagination. I've seen things that have made me dream bigger. Someone else had the balls to dream big and create it. There's the post we're going to drop on, I don't know, some kind of, I'm losing track of the names now, St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Breathtaking, incredible, awe-inspiring, absolutely unreal. It just makes you think, like, gosh, the whole world is, I can tell you, I'll save it for it's a little bit too unhinged. But I can tell you, I have some unhinged thoughts about London and Germany, observations that I can't share. But it is easier now more than ever, because society is forcibly indoctrinating people to become mindless, weak, perverted, all these different things, intentionally, deluded, changing your beliefs on controversial things. Wow, so abundant. And when your mind is on all that crap, when your mind's on the Kardashians, I think about this. I say, man, you it's probably my hardest hurdle as a dreamer when I read about these people and what they created, and they spent 30 years making this. That my hardest hurdle is probably that social media exists in my age and era. Think about all the time you would have if there wasn't social media. It's magical. I know the dreamers that I know in this chat because of social media. But it's without it, think about how much more time you'd have. That's what they didn't have. So I think, okay, I can't let social media hold me back. I can't let social media stop me from, pissing my life away. Gotta lock in. Gotta make the dreams come true. So thoughts on thoughts. That's what I got. Yeah, I'm just making sure we covered all the comments. I think that's it for Dreamcat. I said I wanted to go for an hour today. I got a train in 4 hours. I still got to pack my bag and brush my teeth. Living life on the edge. All right, I think that's all I got, dreamers. I will announce the giveaway in the chat for the 5th person, but we have Touch Grass is a winner, and Cat Collector is a winner. And Touch Grass, man, hang with us the whole time. Appreciate you, dude. Bullish on you, brother. That's all I got on this Dream Talk. I am the Genie. I am Zach Crump. I am Dreamcat Solana. There may be an ending message, might not be. Catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.
That'll do it, guys.